Hi everybody, I'm just here I've got quite a few emails and messages saying to people asking me where I am and what I'm doing. I'm still here. I'm just, nothing's changed here, and the same things piss me off in the news all the time. Why am I wearing the funny hat? Because it's 2 degrees here. It's the middle of winter. It's bloody freezing. I'm actually in the computer room and it's quite warm in here, but it's cold outside. So I'm here and I'm okay and everything's fine. And there's Mitty Puss in the background. Somebody said they wanted to see Mitty Puss. There's Mitty Puss. He's a little bitch. Okay, so just a couple of things that have pissed me off. The other day I seen that in Geelong, somebody in Geelong threatened the health minister there, or somebody in there that's going to put fluoride in their water there. And I have to tell you, I'd be pissed off too, putting fluoride in my water. They say it's for your teeth and for your health in the long run. Well, in the long run, it's going to destroy your health, because not only does it cause dental fluorosis to your teeth, but it does exactly the same things to your bones. It just eats them away. I'm going to put a link to the side for the Victorian Government health information on why they fluoridate our water, and in there you can read that, in case you didn't know this, the fluoride for our water comes from an aluminium smelter. It's not something they mine or something that's natural they put in. And this is what they've written in the Victorian Health Department information. They've written that it's a co-product. It's not. It's a waste product. It's a waste product from the aluminium smelter, but they've worded it so they say it's a co-product, so it sounds like it's good for you. It's not. And in 20 years, Geelong will see what will happen to these kids, because things like osteoporosis, irritable bowel syndrome, migraines, all these health things will start going up. And this isn't something I've made up. Go and research it for yourself. You will see where they first did their test for fluoride. It was in the Nazi concentration camps. And that's a fact. The first test they did was in there, and they used it on the people to dumb them down. And that's a fact. You can look up all this information yourself. The next thing is Rudd's talking to Obama about... I had to just go and turn off my washing machine because it's an old washing machine that sort of sounds like a rocket taking off. The other thing was Rudd's talking to Obama about North Korea and their nuclear weapons. I wish to hell that our government would keep the fuck away from Obama. We haven't even started to see the beginning of how bad things are going to get. They are going to get a lot worse, and people don't seem to realise that yet. You can't just... If it was that easy to just keep printing money to fix an economy, then no country in the world would ever be in debt or have problems, because they could just print their own money. And that's what America's doing. They're printing their own money. And of course it can't be sustained. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to work this out. And there's a few people out there, like the mega rich people, that should never, ever allowed to be. You can't... 2% of I think is the world's wealth, the richest have 2% of the world's wealth, 2%. Now, it should be just fundamental that everybody has health care and is looked after. I don't care who they are. I don't care if they're a fucking bum or if they're one of these rich pricks. Everybody should be fundamentally looked after in health care. And to have, these mega rich people, and it's wrong. And I was glad I was brought up in the 60s, where I could see how things were, a lot slower and natural, and the technology has just gone mad in the last 10 years, and people are just overindulgent in everything, and they don't understand what it's even been to be connected with the earth. They just have no idea. People think that their meat come on tray in supermarkets. They don't realise that I'll tell you something I seen the other day was in the newspaper. It had splashed across there, woman kills puppy for bout. And you know what, the first thing I thought about was not the poor puppy, although I do think poor puppy because I love animals. but my first thought was, I wonder how many people are out there sitting their fat asses on lounge suites and have leather belts on and leather shoes and stuffing their faces with eggs and things like that, where these animals are tortured, and sitting there going, oh, I can't believe she killed a puppy for a bout. You know, to me that's hypocritical. I mean, I don't want to see any animal killed for anybody's luxury purposes. To me that's just bullshit. Clothe people, feed people, but for luxuries, forget it. I don't think it's wrong, and people don't seem to understand that it's wrong. What else? I went to the doctor the other day. I hardly ever go to the doctor, but I thought I'll just go and get something checked out. And so I said to her, what do you think about the swine flu? And she said, oh, well, she said the swine flu isn't nearly as bad as your average everyday flu. And I said, no, it's not. And she said, no. She said, your average flu is much worse. Secondly, she said, there's no point getting shots for it, because the time you come in here and you've already displayed the symptoms, it's already been spread around. And that was coming from my doctor. And, you know, I didn't say anything to her about it because I knew what she was saying was exactly right. And they've spread it on the newspapers over here. This person's died from swine flu. They didn't die from swine flu. What they died from was they did die from swine flu, but they already had major underlying medical problems. And any flu, any bug would have wiped them out. And it just so happened it was the swine flu, and they've made this big fucking thing about it. The swine flu's killed them. That's all I have to say on that. I'm just pissed off that they're treating people like they're so gullible. I think that's all. There was something else I was going to talk about, and I can't come to mind right now what it was. But nothing really has changed here. Nothing's different. You know, I see these things in the news, and I just sit here shaking my head. I'm sick of Australia following America. I'm sick of them listening to Obama. To me, Obama's just a pig. He's just the same as he's just a black bush. That's all he is. And you know, that was another thing I was thinking about Iran, and they're protesting against these botched elections, and they're out in the street and they're protesting. And yet Bush did the same thing, and what happened over there? Nothing. They just let him in. I'll just show you this. It's just sitting here, so I'll show you. This is something I do during the day. If you're wondering what sort of pastime I have, which you're probably not, and I'm going to show you anyway. I don't know if you can see that. Let me show you. Oh, the sun's on it. Okay, I'll shut the curtain so you can have a look. Can you see that? It's cross stitch. I do cross stitch during the day. And I've got a few more to go. I think I've got a picture of here. Yes, here it is here. When it's all finished. So that's what I do in my spare time. I do cross stitch, and I read, and I get on the internet and all that good stuff. So everybody, yes, I'm still here, I'm still kicking, I'm still looking at the news and thinking, you know, what do they take us for? They must really just think that we're idiots. It just pisses me off. And stupid stuff they put in the paper. I seen them. Oh, I'm going to have to end this. It's 8 minutes, so I better go. Anyway, you smile and have a nice day, and I'm fine, and thank you to everybody that asked. Bye.